Hey guys, Prince of Macedon here. Gonna do a commentary video for Rome Total War, and this is a very bloody battle. And it's a very unusual battle. The host, Sanjuro, he set the rules at melee infantry only, and you're gonna see I'm coming up against an urban spam army, which is a lot harder to do when I myself am limiting myself to 6 urban, 6 Praetorian cohorts, and 2 legionary cohorts. But I'm gonna show you how I fought this guy. So again, it's an unusual rule set. It's what, 20,000 denarii, and even the unit scale is unusual. It's small. So here's my deployment. I put the bulk of my army in the center, and on the wings here, I have a unit of legionary cohorts on both wings, and I did that so that I can scatter his attention on both wings. Let's go look at my opponent's urban spam army. His name is Sanjuro. And in response to my deployment, he split his army up into thirds as well. So he's got an army for the center, an army for the right, and an army for the left over here. So very unusual fight already. But yeah, the reasoning behind my deployment is I knew my opponent would outnumber me, because when I was looking at the numbers, he outnumbered me by over 100 troops. On small scale, over 100 troops is a significant amount. And when I saw that he had all urbans with even minimal upgrades, I knew it was going to be a very tough battle. Because urbans are extremely tough, especially at this money level. So I chose for myself a CWB compliant army. So 6 urban cohorts. You can tell they have the shin guards on, whereas the 6 Praetorian cohorts don't have the shin guards. Plus, these guys are sporting a chainmail. So anyways, my opponent is responding to my wings over here. And the beauty about having wings here is if he responds to it, that means he's going to peel off units from this fight in the center, and that's where he needs it. Oh, by the way, I didn't mention I have a unit of peasants over here. And in this fight, you're going to see every unit is very valuable in this fight. That is a contrast to my usual battles, where I usually think my commander disposable, same with my peasant units. But in this fight, every unit is going to be very valuable. Anyways, my opponent's name is very interesting. It's Sanjuro. I don't know if you guys know Japanese cinema, but Japanese filmmakers made a lot of samurai movies, and Sanjuro is one of the most popular ones, starring the very famous Toshiro Mifune, who was also in Hidden Fortress, and also Yojimbo. Yojimbo being the original movie, and Sanjuro being the sequel. Anyways, look how my opponent sent in his thirds on his wings to respond to my wing attack. So step 1 is successful. I've separated his army a little bit. Not much, but it's still distracting him, and I knew that was going to play to my advantage. So at first I wanted to attack his wing over there, but when I saw him pulling back, I knew he wasn't going to fall for it. So it was at that point that I knew my opponent was a very experienced customer. He's not falling for my tricks. So I got my wings coming in too to help out. So now I'm gonna rush in and attack his urbans who are in loose formation. The reason why he had him in loose formation is because in these big infantry battles, you always put a unit in loose formation to absorb the Roman pila. So this wing is rushing in, and I'm gonna rush in my wing too. It's only 1 unit, but at least I distracted him a little bit. So I got the quality on my side here, but he's got the numbers, and his quality ain't bad either. 20 urban cohorts, guys. That's a tall order in a melee infantry fight only. So I have 1 unit of urbans holding back 5 units of his urbans. So I've routed 3 of his cohorts already. So I've got to kill cohorts when I can, because 20 cohorts is no laughing matter. So in this fight over here between my gold attack legionary cohorts versus his 1 upgrade urbans, it says they're winning, but at least they're not taking part in the fight in the center. So that's what helps there. But if he had killed off 2 units to chase after them, then that would have been a huge loss on his part. So yeah, a very experienced player, which is unusual because he's playing with this very unusual rule set. Now, horror comes to my mind when I see 2 of my urban cohorts running away. So that is bad. I could not afford to have any urbans running away at this point. And I have another urban back there running away. So you see my peasants? They were in reserve for the longest time. I decided to send them in at these urbans over here, trying to tip the scale on this wing. Unfortunately, it's not going to be enough to tip the scale against these urbans. They are winning, even though they have minimal upgrades. So, c'est la vie, guys. Not a Roman saying, but I'm saying it right now. My commander is holding back 2 urban cohorts. His commander is dealing damage to 2 of my urbans. 4 versus 2 here. And I got urbans breaking over here. It's not a good time to be a Julii Roman. And my peasants broke. But don't worry, guys, they will come back into the fight. This is not the last you'll see of these peasants. Trust me on that. So these these legionary cohorts break. So it wasn't the biggest loss, but this was a huge loss, having these urbans break. Because now, there are, what, 6 urbans on this sector versus my 1 commander. I feel like losing my commander at this point would be very dramatic and very costly to my war effort. These 2 urbans are going to come here and try to smack the backs of these urbans. And we'll see what happens when they do smack. Oh no! They break another one of my units. 2 of my units are breaking, guys. At this point, I decided that, hey, I might actually lose this fight. But at least it was an unusual rule set, so I could blame it on that. But you know what happens if you admit defeat? You definitely can't win. But if you stay in the fight, there's still that glimmer of hope. Now, remember when I talked about those peasants? They have stopped routing, as you can see. I haven't summoned them back yet, but they are a reserve. They're really far from the action, though. So I took this unit of urbans. I'm going to try to save my commander, who's outnumbered 3 to 1 here. There's units breaking everywhere, though. It's a very costly fight. There's my commander, fighting like a hero. And these guys broke one of these urbans. Look at that. Beauty. So I saved this wing, but I lost my urbans over here, so this commander is free. And I got 2 urbans fending off against, 3 cohort units by themselves. And about to get hammered and enveloped over here. So it's a really rough battle, guys. And these 2 urbans are free now, plus the commander. But we're sending in everything at this point. Look at that. Even my peasants at the back are rushing in. They got a far distance. So now both of our commanders are in the mix. I've got 3 urbans versus his 3 urbans. But if you look at the numbers, it looks like he has more purple than I have a red here. But I got peasants to the rescue, guys. So here's both of our commanders in a very rare shot where both commanders share the same screenshot. He just fell down though. But yeah, look at my peasants. They're dealing damage with their peasant cutlery. That's the overhead, guys. So look, all those jokes I've said about my peasants in the past, in this case, it's not a joke anymore. They are saving the day, guys. And honestly, if I don't think they would have intervened, I would have lost this. Look at that. Only a few of my guys are actually urbans. The rest are peasants here.
It is time to press the attack.
So that unit breaks, and now it's my remaining units against his last remaining cohort unit. So fight to the end, guys. You never know what might happen.
A day of victory, worthy of Rome and her armies.
There are exceptions to that rule, but in this case, I stuck it out with these very, very odd rules in place. So yeah, a good game to Sanjuro. But as I was saying earlier, Sanjuro is the sequel to the very famous Japanese movie Yojimbo. And if there's any movie buffs out there, Yojimbo was actually remade by Hollywood, and it was called The Bodyguard. And it didn't have samurai, but it did have Kevin Costner, so that's kind of cool. I think it was a remake. I don't know. If it was, that makes for a very good story. And hopefully I told you guys a very good story with this battle. And let's just be a lesson. A full spam of urban cohorts is a very tough nut to crack when I'm using a CWB compliant army that has no archers and no cav. It was very tough.